Hey everybody, and welcome to Kara's Reading Corner. Today I'm pretty excited because I am going to be talking about my Reading Rush TBR. The Reading Rush is a read-along that is a week long, and it I guess used to be really big on Instagram, and now they have a website. I will be linking their YouTube videos down below. So if you want to watch the creators' YouTube videos, go ahead, link them down below. You can go and check them out. Alcrate is the official buddy of the readathon, and so I'm gonna link their video down below as well, their TBR video, if you want to check it out. And then I'm going to be talking about mine today, so let's just get into it. So actually, before we get into it, the Reading Rush is, like I said, a week-long readathon, and it starts today, Monday the 22nd, and goes until the 28th of July. And I just barely found out about this readathon last week, and I'm really excited about it because I really want to push in July to finish the books that I'm trying to get done in July, and also get a couple new other books off my TBR. So I'm excited. I've also set a few limits because I know I won't be able to get through 7 books in a week, which is the extra bonus challenge. That's just not feasible for me. That's not going to happen. So I tried to choose books that I can combine in the challenges. So I have 4 books technically I'm going to try and get through this week. And there's 7 challenges with a bonus of 8. So let's just get into it and see my choices. Okay, so for the first book, I have a list here. The first challenge and the second challenge I've combined. The first challenge is read a book with purple on the cover, and the second challenge is read a book in the same spot for the whole week. So for having purple on the cover, it can be any amount of purple. It just has to be on the cover. And to read in the same spot, you just have to choose one spot in your, well, it doesn't even have to be in your home. It can be anywhere. Choose one spot, and when you're in that spot, you read this book. If you get up, you stop reading. You don't read this book anywhere else. It doesn't have to be like all in one sitting you read this. Just you read this book in that one spot. My spot is going to be my couch because I do basically 95% of my reading there. So that'll be easy. So for the book that I chose for both of these challenges is A Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I almost said Robinson, and that's wrong. Margaret Rogerson. And this is my Alcrate edition. Hopefully you can see that all right. And the Alcrate edition does have lots of purple on the cover. The original edition is like blue right here or something. I can never remember, but the Alcrate edition luckily has purple on the cover, so there we go. And like I said, I will be reading this entire book on my couch. Okay, third and fourth challenge, again, I've combined. So the third challenge is read a book you meant to read last year and read a debut novel of an author. So the first book of an author. It doesn't have to be like that's the only book the author has out now. It can be you go back and read their first debut novel. So for this, I chose To Kill a Kingdom by, who is this? Alexandra Christo. And yeah, I've had this on my, because I have a TBR shelf in my living room, and I've had this on my shelf for I don't even know how long. I was super excited to read this last year, and I never got around to it. So here we go. And also, it's a little bit of a shorter book, which I'm hoping will help me get through it pretty quickly and combine these 2 challenges to get another one done. All right. So the 5th challenge, which I think might be a little bit difficult for some people depending on what genre you really like to read, but the 5th book, or the 5th challenge is read a book that features a non-human as a main character. And I'm counting this. I don't know if necessarily this is what they were looking for, but here we go. I'm going with Cinder. because I've wanted to reread this series for a while now, and yeah, we're going for it. Cinder is a cyborg, so I'm counting it. I'm counting it that she's a non-human. Also, like, her best friend is a robot, so I'm counting that as well because I love her. Okay, anyway, so Cinder is my choice for this one. This one's only one option, but again, I've read this one before, so I figure I can breeze through it easily. I just have really been in the mood to reread Cinder. It's been several years since I've read this series, and I need it in my life. Okay. Let's see, what is the last one I chose a book for, which is the sixth challenge. Read a book with 5 or more words in the title. And I cannot tell you, this is the one that was most difficult for me to figure out what book to read. All of my books on my TBR are like 4 words or less. 4 words or less. And I have a lot of books on my TBR shelf. I have a lot. I have a lot of books that I physically own that are only 4 words or less. Like, where are all these titles with 5 words or more? Anyways, here we go. So Amazon Prime was just last week, and so I got lots of new books. However, I was originally going to read Two Can Keep a Secret by Karen McManus. And I just barely got this in the Amazon Prime week. However, I decided I think I need to read or listen to an audiobook to try and get that caught in, because with 3 physical books during a week, I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get a 4th one done. But an audiobook I generally listen to while I'm working out, while I'm driving, while I'm doing other things. So I think doing an audiobook is going to help. So I'm not going to be reading this one this week. I changed it to The Sword and the Dagger, and I just barely downloaded it, let's see, today, and I'm very excited about it. It's by Robert Cotran. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but The Sword and the Dagger. Whew. Five words. I just had to count to double check I'm not crazy. I just downloaded it this morning, and I've already started listening to it while I was getting ready for work. So it's pretty interesting so far. We've already switched perspectives, and so it seems like it's going to be a 2-perspective book, which I like. It's between 2 main characters. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, the last challenge, the 7th challenge, I didn't actually choose a book for this because, like I said, I know my own limits for reading during a week. Normally I can read, 2 has been my max so far, so pushing it up to 3 is going to be a real challenge. Plus trying to get through an audiobook at the same time, I'm just going to really have to focus. So I've set my limits, and I know what my limits are. But so I didn't choose a 4th book for this one, and none of the books that I've really wanted to read fit into this category anyways. I couldn't find a book I really wanted to read that fit into this category that also fit into something else. So the 7th challenge is read a book and watch the movie adaptation. Now there are a couple reasons why I didn't do a book for this one. Mostly because I don't really like movie adaptations. It's hard pressed to have one that I really and truly love. And so I'm not a fan, and there's nothing right now on my TBR that also has a movie adaptation that I could watch. So I just didn't choose a book for this challenge, knowing my own limits and also just not really being interested in this one. That's okay. I figure this is also, I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but this is my very first read-along, read-a-thon, whatever you want to call this thing. And yeah, I'm very excited, but I'm also a little apprehensive. Like I said, I have a full-time job, and I do a lot of things during the week after work, so I'm just not sure how many books I'll actually get through. Even setting a goal of 3 books seems excessive to me. So it'll be interesting. We're gonna really push ourselves to try and read because I really want to get to these books this month. Um, Cinder and A Sorcery of Thorns was already on my reading list for this month, and I hadn't gotten to them yet. And then I just added To Kill a Kingdom to try and like get that finally off my TBR. So I'm very excited about it. Like I mentioned, so those are the 7 challenges. There's one extra bonus challenge, which is to read 7 books in a week. I'm not going to be making that, like I've already stated, but that's okay. And then also, if you sign up on their website, they have a website, and you can earn badges for all of these challenges. They have extra little things going on. I would also recommend following Alcrate on either Instagram or some other social media. I follow Alcrate on Instagram, and I know last year they were doing like reading sprints. They do giveaways. I didn't participate last month, but I know Alcrate's a big because they co-work with the Reading Rush. So yeah, I know they work together really well, and last year it was really fun to see that. So I would follow Alcrate to kind of get in on that action if you're interested. Um, yeah, badges, read-ins. Oh, read-ins. I was gonna mention this. So they're doing this thing this year where they're doing what they call a read-in, and you just meet with other readers in your area and read for an hour or whatever. I've looked at some of them, but none of them are here in Utah, so they said you could start one for yourself. You just have to go and find, like, request a room at your local library or something, and then they would add it to their website, but I didn't really do that. I think I'm fine to just read on my own, but that may be something that would work for you. They have a list on their website of where the read-ins are happening, what times and stuff like that. So if you are interested to see where those are happening, go and check out their website. Okay, I think that's it. Anyways, that's my TBR. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you guys have a great day. Bye!